My philosophy in education is really focusing on creating value, and when you create value, something extraordinary happens. Something extraordinary happens to the thinking of the people in that process. Something extraordinary happens in terms of their interaction, their relationships, the creativity that gets released. And also something extraordinary happens in terms of the process and the outcomes. And so what we do and what I do in my work is create environments where value can be created using a process known as the butterfly model. It's very simple, it's very easy, and the stages are, first and foremost, where's the passion? And if you haven't got passion, you can't engage in anything. The brain doesn't work, the heart doesn't work. Once you have a passion for something, then and only then do you say, okay, I need to understand why I'm here. What is the purpose of me being here? What's in it for me? What I'm going to get from it? And then a plan follows that. Roughly, what have we got to do? What timeline? What's the objectives? And then action. Throw yourself into it to discover, to learn, to develop, to change, and then finally evaluate it. My approach to engaging not just the children but the adults is to keep it as simple as possible, and also to recognise different people have to have different ways of communicating. So the usual visual, auditory and kinesthetics. The top 5 things that I'd hope you would take away from any of the sessions that I do or the books that I deliver are quite straightforward. The first one is being able to question, being able to have a level of thinking where you can do critical questioning. And in the book to go with this, in terms of success in the creative classroom, there's a whole section on looking at different people's learning, communicating style, dialoguing techniques, looking at past wisdom, using Socrates and the like. The next thing that I would like you to take out is ultimately something practical. How do I manage this change? And in the book to go with this section is called 101 Days to Make a Change, which I'm delighted to say got to the finalists of the People's Book Prize in 2012. It's the process of, the stages of managing that transformation. The third thing I would like you to take away is understanding how other people work and engaging with them at an emotional level. And one of the things that have come back to us over the years is how we engage parents, sharing this with parents. And one of the books that we've written is called Happy Families, and it uses the same principles to support the development of children in families so that they and their parents can have a hook on managing their own evolution. The fourth thing is rediscovering your intuition, rediscovering the stuff where you know stuff, but why do you know it? And we've written a book called A Moon on Water. It's predominantly for primary schools, looking at the elements of spirituality. Not religion, but that intuitive quality of understanding who you are, understanding other people, expressing your uniqueness, and dealing with stuff you can't fully comprehend, like God and death. So asking those elements of intellectually, emotionally, practically and spiritually, I'd like you to take those 4 things away. And the final thing I would like you to take away is a sense of fun. Because ultimately, if we can reconnect with that essential sense of fun that children have, we keep in that, and then maybe our childish games can actually enable us to be a little bit more mature. Because the one thing that I see is lacking in our organisations is adults who've forgotten how to play.